assessment.
Well, we may do it.
That is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
You're not talking about, we're paying him and then...
Yeah, and then he'll come up with the scope of what
Yeah,
improvements
that's
needs to be. And then from there, we'll make a request to the Texas Rangers.
How do we know that's the appropriate amount? Did we already visit with him?
Because I talked to him, he said, 2 to 3,500, so I asked for the max.
But don't tell him that.
No,
Don't tell him what you've been through.
hopefully we can do it in a lot less, but.
Is our park representative in the session?
We have a motion. You didn't know everybody was looking
reading
at you.
that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So,
You were asking if you wanted to make a motion.
So, I would like to make a motion for the approval of ordinance, 1383-2023, amending the general fund budget by expending part dollar donations for the consulting fees at Mickey Farm.
Second.
Up to 35.
Up to $3,500.
What does that leave them in their dollar fund?
6,500.
Really? It's come down quick.
Yeah,
But they purchased the trash cans out of that.
And didn't they pay for some light stuff?
and they pay for some lights.
But you know, I mean, that is exactly what that, to me, that dollar donation should be used for, because that is not money we have budgeted, but it is something we have done. I mean, especially like the lights and stuff, and so, and it benefits all, not a small group, and so, I don't, you know, unless we're saving for a specific goal, I don't know that our dollar funds should be stockpiled all the time. But anyway, my 3 cents
So,
because of inflation.
there was a meeting recently, right, with the park board?
Mhm.
And, were you there? No. Okay. I guess Crystal wasn't there.
Crystal wasn't there at that one.
Zubia?
She had a,
She had something came out. But anyway, so I don't know if y'all have met her, but I was gonna say, she was on the ZBA last night and did a very nice job. So,
We loved all the new people.
all these new people are outstanding, and hats off to Marvin and/or Blythe for publishing. I've heard you ask, but I've also asked these people how they found out about it, with the exception of 3 members that I actually reached out to and asked them to, but all of these
Crystal's an
great
engineer, or not an engineer, but she's
Yeah,
something. She reads plans, and she was looking at the plats and commenting on.
Yeah, she's a civil engineer, and so
Civil
is the
engineer,
other
okay.
one, and I made sure and got her on stormwater.
And she
because
was
of-
very useful in the Spanish translation and stuff that was
Oh,
going
nice.
on. I mean, she was more
Really?
conversant than our translator, it appeared to me, based on my observation.
Hey.
Nothing against, not throwing stones, but the translator turns to someone else and says, how do you say that in Spanish?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not trying, it's an employee, so I mean, it was, you know.
sometimes words
Yeah, they are.
So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Update from Emergency Management Coordinator. I can't get that out. That was you, James. On actions taken from the mosquito surveillance program on June 28th to June 29th.
While he's walking up here, y'all didn't know this,
You
Marvin
bet.
and him came on a Saturday morning and put all those signs up.
Yeah.
I know, a day early.
A day early, yeah, they catching, we got free labor, we're catching heck for being a day
And
early.
we also got a free breakfast from Bob.
What's this we stuff?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about you, sorry, sir.
Yeah,
So, I want to, so there's 2 things. I want to thank y'all for doing that. On your end, Marvin, if we can just make sure next time that we publish what the signs say, so our T's match and our I's match.
Well, not necessarily, because, the problem is the signs had to match what we were doing. The signs got put out a day early to save paying people overtime.
The signs
So-
didn't have the right time on it, is what I'm saying.
No,
They said
that
9 to
time
6.
frame is there just so we can run. We've been doing it 10, 12 years.
Mhm.
But when we publish, we should just say 9, even if that's earlier than what it is,
Right.
just so that they match.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that was confusing, because we
And
can
it
go to
sounds
battle
like
and
Brandon.
say, we got free labor, didn't cost the city people, but then whenever they're starting to look, and then it's like 9 or 10, that's just, well, on our end,
Yeah.
we just need to make sure it matches.
Well,
what
And
you're
I think we're doing
Yeah, I
a
don't
much
think
better
that's
job of being proactive with some of the messaging in
Yeah.
general, as far as like, I think it's quite all right to put them out a day early, let people know it's a day early before they
Oh,
start.
yeah,
letting
and
us
if,
know.
and if they're wondering, they can call that telephone number and get me. So, I mean, that is a working telephone.
Okay.
And I didn't get anybody calling this time, but
Well, you will.
I have in the
I'm
past.
gonna give it out now.
I have in the past.
Speak up.
But the main thing for that is giving a wide spectrum of room,
Sure.
because we don't, when we get in touch with the foggers, it's not like you're going to the doctor's office, you know? And we also have to work with whatever kind of possibilities of rain or anything like that, and that goes up and down. So sometimes they go a little bit earlier than what was anticipated, but however, still within the realm of the time frames on the sign.
And if they run out of gas, they need extra time to still get it down.
Yeah,
within,
yeah.
Alright.
So,
And
So how many-
picture that y'all gave us? I don't wanna turn my screen yet.
I think it's of a water stain.
yeah, that was in section 2, that was or zone 2, that was one on the front porch. And these people had this old cover there, and the condensation from the air conditioner was falling out, making little miniature pools everywhere. And it had a lot of stuff on the porch, so therefore really you couldn't see, because it was all in the shade. But when you got up close, there was the larva. And that's what we were after anyway, was the larva. And that was a kind of a strange
It's a front porch or a back?
strange thing, but we did talk to the lady that lived there about
Is
that.
that a front porch, James?
Mhm.
Would that fall under code compliance and all? Sign showing front porch?
Okay,
Yeah, well.
little propaganda, since it's been over a year.
We'll have this in a bag.
There you go, Mr. Attorney, we can't leave you out, man.
So much.
Be sure to deduct $100 from the bill tonight for
For
that.
this?
And we throw one and you'll leave,
Yeah, I'll put it in our box.
thank you, sir.
Would you like me to go drop it off on my way? Oh, you're gonna put it in the box there?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let me start out, to stop mosquitoes from laying eggs in or near water. Once a week, empty and scrub, turn over, cover, or throw out items that hold water, such as tires, buckets, planters, toys, pools, bird baths, flower pots, and trash containers. And believe you me, everything that I just said, they do. And they don't really realize it, so we go through and we try to educate them. We educate them by stuff like that and some other means, and mainly just talking. Check for water holding containers both indoors as well as out. The Environmental Protection Agency insect repellents with one of the active ingredients below. When it is directed, the EPA registered insect repellents are proven safe and effective even for pregnant or breastfeeding women. I don't know much about the pregnant and the breastfeeding, but other than I'm just taking what they say, you know. So that's DEET, IR 3535, oil of lemon eucalyptus. I understand works very well, and that's probably what I would use on my person instead of maybe using DEET, but that's just personally what's the deal.